Now, Molemo, what's the latest?
Morning, Desiree. We still are coming live to you from Soshanguve, from transfer. There was a bit of a chaos earlier when taxi operators started blockading the intersection behind me there with burning tires and as well as using some vehicles that were trying to pass. We saw earlier they used the Pick and Pay truck, and the members of the police and the South African Defence Force had to come in to disperse them. They used some rubber bullets there to kind of control the situation, but as it is now, the situation has sort of like calmed down. But to just hear more on what is happening around Tshwane, I am here with Tshwane spokesperson for the Tshwane Metro Police Senior Superintendent Isaac Mahamba. Dr. Mahamba, if you can just tell us as to what is the outlook of the situation here in Tshwane, as in Tshwane as a whole?
Good morning, and to your viewers. What you can confirm at this stage is that the entirely in Tshwane, we had issues earlier on in Hammanskraal at R101, just before the entrance of Hammanskraal, where again taxis blocked that part or the entrance. And again, we had issues in Oliver North at R55 just before N14. In the Pretoria West area, we had issues at WF Nkomo just after Kalafong entrance. Again at Pretoria West in Statatilari just before Rebecca. And the one that we spoke about here in Soshanguve at Aubrey Matala and transfer intersection. We can confirm at this stage that in Hammanskraal we have since reopened the streets. Everything that side is back to normality. Again in the Pretoria West area, the only challenges that we are having at this stage, it's at Oliver North and here in Soshanguve. Yes, here in Soshanguve earlier on, as you indicated, streets were blocked by taxis. We jointly with other law enforcement agencies, we had to use rubber bullets to disperse the unruly behavior or the unruly crowd that was here, intimidating other motorists. That is law enforcement. We are not going to allow that. We'll allow the peaceful protest, but when it comes to intimidation of other motorists, we have a duty to protect them. Hence, we use those rubber bullets. But we can confirm now that there's no one that is being arrested, no any that injuries that were reported to us. As you can see now, the traffic is flowing freely. We'll remain on site until we are sure as TMPD that everything is back to normal. We are monitoring all the hotspots that I've indicated and any other hotspots that we know. The information that we are getting at this stage, they might use the taxis flowing into the CBD. We are keeping an eye in that area as well. But as I say, as TMPD, we are monitoring all the situations, all the areas, and we'll keep an eye until we are sure that everything is back to normal.
And the other challenge earlier was that the commuters actually could not get out of the township because of lack of transport. Are you certain that those that perhaps are still wanting to go to work will be safe, maybe using alternative transport?
That is a call we're making to the commuters out there to say they should use other means of transport or other alternative means of transport, because what we picked up is that all the taxis in the entire city of Tshwane, they are not loading passengers. So we are saying to them, let them use alternative means of transport. As I indicated, it's our duty to protect other motorists that are using or that are on our roads. So we'll keep on monitoring. We'll make sure that we protect them. But as I said, you appeal for calm. Those who are unruly, we are saying to them, we'll allow a peaceful protest. But when it comes to unruly behavior, definitely that we're not going to tolerate as law enforcement agencies.
Thank you, sir. Desiree, that's Senior Superintendent Isaac Mahamba. They're appealing for calm as the national taxi shutdown continues. But then he actually is promising their commuters that as the law enforcement agencies, they will continue, putting their ear on the ground and being watchful of the situation.
Mothoa there. Let's take a look at some of the thoughts you have sent through with regards to how you have been affected by the taxi stoppage. Right. Patek says, why did this entire fund relief process delay? This is unfair to the taxi industry. If the government doesn't sort this mess up, it'll spread to other provinces and the economy is going to be negatively affected more than it is now. Siyabonga Gumbi says, I sent my brother who's in Gauteng some money to buy food, but he can't get to town since there are no taxis to take him there. Lekhatsa Patlamulo saying, good day everyone, including viewers. The strike affected me through my brothers and sisters who wanted to go to work, but I do support taxi strike. I wish could be a national one. How could government fail to pay 4 billion while buying water tanks worth 171,000? Khomotso Moremi saying 1 billion is enough for taxi industry. 60% of taxis in the country are not in the state to be carrying passengers. By that I mean most taxis are scraps. Let the government assist with buses all over to be transporting people to work. Sipom Velase says the lockdown has negatively affected absolutely everyone, very badly, especially for us young people owning businesses. We have piles of bills. We don't know how we're going to pay. The government really needs to assist people. Aquarius Farmer saying SA Taxi is trying to say we pay tax by paying VAT, waiting to hear how much income tax they pay per annum. Ayanda saying, morning Desiree, hi Ayanda, though I'm not using taxis, but I can see people struggling a lot this morning. I know Ayanda, I had similar experiences coming in this morning. Or Bribu Shokha saying, we are all affected by the COVID-19 as South African jobs and business-wise. Let Santaco take the 1 billion. They're not getting nothing at all. They must stop blocking the road, interfering with buses and motorists, please. Quite a lot of reaction there. Really appreciate it. Just to give us a sense of the conversation, continue to send some more at the agenda _SABC. We take a break for now.